We're reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 44. Contents of the Gita summarized. Verse 44. Bhogaishvaya vasaktanam taya pahita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadha navitiyate. In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. Purport. Samadhi means fixed mind. The Vedic dictionary, Nirukti says, Samyak adhyate sven atma tattva vyatat vyam. When the mind is fixed for understanding of the self, it is said to be in samadhi. Samadhi is never possible for persons interested in material sense enjoyments and bewildered by such temporary things. They are more or less condemned by the process of material energy. Mukam karati vachalam bhangam langate girim yakibantamaham vande Sri Gurum Tinatarinam Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjara Shalakaya Chakshumiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So, one example of being too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence comes in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in the story of Nalakuvera and Manigriva, who were two demigods, sons of the demigod in charge of the treasury of the demigods. So they were the richest in the universe. So what did they do with their opulence? What did Nalakuvera and Manigriva do with their opulent position? They enjoyed drinking and women. And this is what Narada Muni talks about in the 10th canto. Among all the attractions of material enjoyment, attraction of riches bewilders one's intelligence more than having beautiful bodily features, taking birth in an aristocratic family, and being learned. So 4 things may bewilder us. If we're too highly educated, like if we're a professor, no one can teach us anything. If we take birth in an aristocratic family, then family is everything. And if we're beautiful, then that's our ticket to enjoy in this material world. So if somebody gets money, but he has no education, he's just puffed up by wealth, then he uses his wealth to enjoy wine, women, and gambling. So that's what happens. And people, when they're young, they use the wealth to get money to enjoy. And so the health is deteriorating. The health is minimized so we can get money. Work hard day and night, sometimes 2 jobs, sometimes working till late at night to get money. So we use our health to get wealth. But then when we hit old age, we have to use our wealth to get health, because the body deteriorates naturally. So it's very, very difficult. So Kunti Devi said, Jamai Shaya Shuta Shibir Edamana Madapaman Nairahata Vidatum Vai Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. My Lord, your Lordship can easily be approached, but only by those who are materially exhausted. Because one on the path of progress, trying to improve himself, the respectable parentage, opulence, education, and bodily beauty, cannot address you with sincere feeling. So if we have these different material opulences, very difficult to chant nicely Hare Krishna. When we're in trouble, when we have no money, and we're sick, so many things, then we can chant very nicely. Oh, Krishna, help me. Krishna, I need you. Krishna, I'm depending on you. So, but if the devotee uses opulence without attachment, but for the service of Krishna, then that is good. Like Ambarish, our Ambarish, my godbrother, he is using his wealth to build Mayapur temple. Not only is he using his wealth, he's going begging all around the world to get more money to build the Mayapur temple. So such an example of using your wealth in service of Krishna. Now if you're a non-devotee, the same money becomes a cause of distress. There was one girl, 16 years old, she won $3 million in the lottery. And she used $700,000 for designer clothes, more on drugs, going to parties, expensive cars, and within 6 years, all her money was finished. So she says, I honestly wish I never won the lottery money. Knowing what I know now, I should have just given it all back to them. Because she's uneducated. She doesn't know how to use it for Krishna. Doesn't know how to use it. Another man won $360 million, and he got many new friends, but he was lonelier than ever. And his granddaughter, he spoiled his granddaughter, and she got complaints because of her, he got complaints about her arrogant behavior, and she died from an overdose of drugs. So this is, Kali lives in the, if you hoard money, Kali lives there, and these are examples. Another man, he won the lottery, and as soon as he heard the news, he died of a heart attack because he was so happy. He won the lottery. It was too much of an excitement for him. So people are taking Sita from Ram, they're taking Lakshmi from Narayan, Radha from Krishna. We must offer Radha to Krishna. In the Bhagavatam, 6th canto, is explained, Mother Lakshmi, she is a reservoir of all spiritual qualities, but Krishna is the one who's supposed to enjoy Lakshmi. Krishna is in the heart of everyone. He's a super soul. And what is our body? What is our senses? What is our mind? It's an expansion of Lakshmi. Did you know that? Your body, your senses, your mind is an expansion of Lakshmi. So if your body, if your senses and your mind are expansions of Lakshmi, what should you do with your body, senses, and mind? You should use your body, senses, and mind to please Krishna, to make Krishna happy, to serve Krishna. So on Radharani's lotus feet, if you look underneath, there is a sacrificial altar. And that altar means that if you sacrifice your mind at the lotus feet of Krishna, then this nourishes the whole universe. It also means that this world, whatever we see, is the form of Krishna. And when we offer something to Krishna, we take something of this world and offer it, that form is Radharani. So when we make an offering to Krishna, we unite Radha and Krishna on the sacrificial altar. So what are the effects of pride and wealth? In 1st canto, 17th chapter, it's described, Tapasho chamdaya satyam iti parakite krita atarmam shaischayo pagnasmaya sangamadais tava. In the age of Satya, your 4 legs are established by 4 principles. So here's the 4 principles of religion: austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. But 3 are broken due to irreligion in the form of pride, lust for women, and intoxication. So Prabhupada said, modern civilization, economic development are creating a new situation of poverty and scarcity, with the result of blackmailing consumers' commodities. So my son used to be a salesman, and he told me that when you go to sell something to someone, what you have to do is convince them they need something they don't really need. They should buy something they don't really need. That's sales. And so everybody's buying things they don't really need. And it's causing poverty because they don't have money to live. They spend all their money on unnecessary things. So if the leaders and rich men of society spend 50% of their accumulated wealth mercifully for the misled mass of people and educate them in God consciousness, the age of Kali will be defeated. So right now the age of Kali is going full swing, almost full swing, not quite. We are still here. Devotees are counteracting Kali by going on Harinam, speaking Bhagavatam. And so we remember from the first canto that Kali was given 4 places to live. That was where there is prostitution, gambling, and intoxication, and meat eating. The slaughterhouses, prostitution houses, the gambling places. And usually all of these 4 come together in one place. If you go to a gambling place, they have liquor, they have women, they have everything, and meat. Everything you can do in one place. So Kali is definitely there. But in Parikshit's kingdom, there was no such place. So Kali said, please give me another place. And so he said, okay, wherever there is hoarding of wealth, you can go there. So don't hoard your wealth. Make sure, if you're a grihastha, to give donation every month to Krishna. So in the grihastha vision team in ISKCON has made a formula that what is prosperity consciousness? What does it mean to have the consciousness of prosperity? It means you have your proper livelihood, plus your sadhana, plus charity. And if you have poverty consciousness, you have your proper livelihood, minus sadhana, minus charity. So that will cause poverty. Now, in the 3rd canto, if we go ahead, we find these 4 legs of religion were created by Lord Brahma at the beginning of his creation. Education, charity, penance, and truth, the 4 legs of religion. And to learn this, there are 4 orders of life. For the education is for the brahmacharis. Education, and in the 1st canto it said cleanliness. So it was a little different. Here it's vidya, there it was shocham. For the grihastas, charity. Here in the 3rd canto, dhanam is for the grihastas, and daya, mercy, in the 1st canto. For the vanaprasthas, tapasya, penance, is there. For the sannyasis, truthfulness is there. So these 4 legs of religion are upheld by the 4 ashrams of life. So people think they can do what they want and they will never die, because after death there is nothing. But Yudhishthira Maharaj said this is the most wonderful thing, that every day people are dying, but everyone thinks it won't happen to me. Yes, you will also die. Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Amana durlabha manava deho payaki kara bhavana keho evina bhajile jashara shuta charame pori bilache. You have achieved such a rare human body, but you do not care for this gift. You remain not serving the darling of Yashoda and slowly fall through your last moments to death. So time is taking away everyone's duration of life. The rising of the sun is taking away the duration of everyone's life, except for the devotees who are chanting and hearing. The sages of Naimisharanya have invited Yamaraj to Bhagavatam class. So if you go to Bhagavatam class, you will not die. Yamaraj cannot take you. So therefore it's good to go to Bhagavatam class. Yamaraj is there and he likes to hear katha. He likes to come to class. So it's good if you also come. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Udito tapana hai leyasta, didagelo bali hai bebyasta, tabe kana eve alasha hai na bhajarita yarache. With every rising and setting of the sun, a day passes and is lost. Then why do you remain idle and not serve the Lord of the heart? So, Srila Prabhupada has often given the example, how valuable is time? What is the value of time? Time is the most valuable thing because you cannot buy it. Now it is 6:01, I think, if that clock is correct. I don't know if I'm seeing it good from here. It's 10 to 6. Yeah, I'm not seeing it correctly from here. Yeah, that's better. 10 to 6. 9 to 6, yeah. Now it's going away. 9 to 6 is going away very fast. You cannot bring it back with $1 million. Yeah. Alexander the Great, he once conquered India, and at the time of his death, he asked for he had some requests. And one of his requests was that his body, his casket, be carried by the best doctors. The best doctors should carry my body to the burial ground. And his second request was that all the wealth I have should be scattered on the way to the cemetery. Now, why did he ask that the best doctors carry his body? Because he wanted to show to the world that even the best doctors cannot save you at the time of death. Why did he say all his wealth should be? Oh, and one more, anyway, I'll say the third one after. Why should all his wealth be scattered on the road? Because you can't take it with you. And he also asked that his hands be outside of the casket for everyone to see. Now, why did he ask for that? Because you come empty-handed and you leave empty-handed. So he learned these things, I think, by conquering India. He probably had conversations with some of the sages. So he said, then his realization was the most valuable thing is time. You cannot buy it back. He also had that realization that time, we have a certain amount of time here in this world, and we have to spend it properly. We have to spend it nicely. We should be grateful when we wake up in the morning. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you for giving me more time to do things. So, at death, Krishna takes everything away, so better we voluntarily give to Krishna. So what can we give to Krishna? Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 22nd chapter, verse 35, explains, Etava jamasa phalyam dehiram iha dehishu pranarartatya vachasya acharanam sada. It is the duty of every living being to perform welfare activities for the benefit of others with his life, wealth, intelligence, and words. So Srila Prabhupada said, okay, you should give your life for Krishna, prana. You may say, not possible. I cannot give my life. That's too much. Okay, no problem. You can't give your life, prana, artaya. You give some money. Give a donation. You say, I have no money. No problem. Then you give diya. Give your intelligence. You can help plan things. You can help organize festivals for Krishna. You can help to make dresses for Krishna or cook for Krishna. You may think, well, I don't have any intelligence. One more thing's left. Vacha, words. You can give your words. You can chant. You can preach. You can sell books. Give your words for Krishna. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And you don't have to give your life or all your money or your intelligence. Chanting is very simple. It's Lord Chaitanya's benediction. So instead of doing the four sinful activities, instead of eating meat, we can eat prasad, offered to Krishna. And instead of having illicit sex, we have children for Krishna. And instead of getting intoxicated with drugs, we get intoxicated with chanting Hare Krishna. And instead of gambling money away, we can gamble this life for Krishna. Prabhupada said, gamble this one life. See what happens. But real wealth is not money. We have spiritual wealth. What is spiritual wealth? This morning we were having the class. What is the wealth of the Brahmanas? Forgiveness. Harsham's father was explaining, we are Brahmanas. We are worshipable for the people in general because of our quality of forgiveness. It is because of this quality Lord Brahma, the Supreme Spiritual Master, has achieved his post. So yes, we heard that this morning. So I won't read it again because we heard the purport and everything. So another spiritual wealth that we have so many things, so many treasures. Another treasure we have is to offer obeisances. Did you know when you offer obeisances, your mind is supposed to go down and your heart is supposed to go up? Your emotions for Krishna, your devotion to your spiritual master. So in bhakti, the heart is up, the mind is down. In material life, the mind is up, the heart is down. We have no compassion. So obeisances mean devotional feelings rule over the mind. So another spiritual wealth is prema, love of Godhead. That's the highest. So how to begin on the path of prema is gratitude. The first stepping stone to the goal of prema. The way to prema begins with gratitude because gratitude prepares the heart for love. A soft heart will attract Radharani, the queen of bhakti. So our wealth is obeisances, gratitude, Vaishnava seva, humility, forgiveness, and these will open the door to Namaruchi. If we chant in a humble mood, calling out for Mother Radharani, Hare Krishna, for her mercy like a child crying for its mother, and she will offer us to her Krishna. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur ends, Krishnam Sura Koriyapan, Juraya Bhakati Vinoda Pran, Namabina Kichunahi Ko Ara, Choda Bhuvana Mache. Drink the pure nectar of the holy name. There is nothing else to be had in all the 14 worlds, and it has fulfilled the soul of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So what happens? I mean, we said that, that the time does not affect the devotee. He's above time. But what happens when you hit old age? It seems like time is affecting you. Seems like. So there is a verse, Tatenu kampam susamikshama. One who hopes against hope for the mercy of the Lord to be bestowed on him. And if he also tolerates the reactions to his past sinful activities, bunjana ivatma kritam vipakam, vivaka purvir vidadan namaste, with body, mind, and words, he offers obeisances to the Lord. Then, what can you expect? Then, jiveta yumukti padai sadayabak, that you will be eligible for liberation. So here is something that I recently saw from Indradumna Swami, who was suffering from cancer, and he got operated and the cancer was removed. And he quotes this verse, Tatenu kampam, hoping for the mercy of the Lord. He quotes Prabhupada, who quotes, Prabhupada, the devotees who wrote this purport, quotes Sridhar Swami, who states, just by remaining alive and following the rules and regulations of Krishna consciousness, one becomes eligible to go back to Godhead. So Maharaj Indradumna says, it's certainly my good fortune to be alive. So we should also feel it's our good fortune. Not only we are alive, we're in Vrindavan. We're back to Godhead already. We just don't realize it. We're in Vrindavan. The doctors caught my cancer before it could spread to the other parts of my body. At 70 years of age, I'm in the twilight of my life. The writing is on the wall, but for the most part, the inscriptions are positive. Now, each day, I awake and thank Krishna for another day of service to you. So when we wake up, we should first thing say, thank you, Krishna. Of course, first thing we offer obeisances to our spiritual master, and then we say, thank you, Krishna, for giving me another day opportunity to serve you. Each time I pick up my japa beads, I savor the holy names like never before. So we're very fortunate to have japa beads. And this is the path of Lord Chaitanya. The beads are the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. When you chant japa, you're touching the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. And each time, every word, every sentence, every paragraph of your books now acts as a divine elixir, relieving me of the struggle of material existence and giving me more hope that I will achieve the ultimate goal in this very life. Now, every moment is like gold. Yeah, I was just watching a video of Prabhupada, and he was very pleased with Kirtananda for doing service in New Vrindavan. And he said Kirtananda will go back to Godhead in this life. And then Prabhupada took his hand. There was a huge, hundreds of devotees in Los Angeles Temple. And he started on one side and he went all the way across and said, and all of you will go back to Godhead. And so that was Prabhupada's mercy. And also the first Rath Yatra in San Francisco, I think it was 1967. They were just on a flatbed truck. They didn't have carts. And some hippies were helping, they were following, and after the Rath was finished, Srila Prabhupada looked at everyone and he said, whoever helped in this Rath Yatra will go back to Godhead. And there were all these drugged out hippies. Prabhupada said they're going to go back to Godhead. So yeah, Prabhupada could say that, the words of a spiritual master, of a pure devotee, Krishna must make them come true. That he always fulfills the words of the pure devotee. If the pure devotee says, you're going back to Godhead, then it must happen. Just like in Juhu, Bombay, there was this one man, Mr. Sethi. And he was building, like when we came to Juhu, there was no rooms for us to stay, no place. The men were living in a hut, the ladies were on top of a roof of a building, and it was summer. So this man built rooms for all the devotees, and he came to see, and that he donated. He donated everything. And he went to see Srila Prabhupada. He was covered with cement, covered with dust. And Prabhupada said, you are going back to Godhead in this life. And the man said, oh, but I'm so sinful. How can I go? How can I go back to Godhead? Yes, just like you are building rooms for my devotees, Krishna is building your room in Goloka Vrindavan. So, but he said, but I'm so sinful. Yeah, he couldn't give up drinking tea. He never got initiated. So Prabhupada said, how can I go? Prabhupada said, that I will see. So that man left his body. We know where he went. He went back to Godhead, because if the pure devotee sees to it, then you will go. So we must always follow Srila Prabhupada, follow his instructions, chant 16 rounds, follow the Four Yogic Principles, read his books, preach, go for artis in the temple. And then if we follow these things and always be engaged, then Prabhupada will take us back to Godhead. So I'll stop here if there's any questions or comments. Can ask at this point. There's no microphone. Maybe there is, but it's hiding. Microphone? Oh, the person in charge has left. If you find one, then it's yours. Okay.
A couple of questions.
Questions, I'll repeat them.
Just like Prabhupada said, I will take back home to everyone, those who are dancing in Rath Yatra. And when Prabhupada was there, very sincere with Prabhupada. After Prabhupada left, they fall down, they got married and so many things. So still Prabhupada will take them back home, backward.
Yes, so even though they forget, then Prabhupada will take, there is one example of one devotee sannyasi who fell down and got married and left Krishna consciousness. And at the time of death, nobody was there, no devotees or anything. But his wife told one devotee that the last thing he said was, oh, Prabhupada, you have come. So Prabhupada will remember the good things that we did. The main thing is we should not deviate. Sense gratification is not such a bad offense as blaspheming the devotees, blaspheming Prabhupada, or speaking a new philosophy. That is not so good. That might take more time. If you break the contract, then it will take more time. It will take more time, but you will go back to Godhead, but it will take many more births.
And the point is that we have the example of Alexander.
Alexander, example.
When he died, he said, I came empty hand and going empty hand. But actually we come according to our destiny. In different Vaishyas, Sudras, Brahmana, we take different birth in different category. And when we die, whatever the karmas we have done, we are carrying that one.
Only the karmas we take with us, okay? We come in different births, but we take our karma with us.
We take karmas with us.
Yes.
And when we come, we bring our destiny also. That is correct also. When we come in this material world, we bring our destiny.
We bring our karma with us. But as devotees, we can wipe out all our karma. Krishna says in Gita, you surrender to me, and I will protect you from all your sinful reactions. So even though we may bring our karma in this life, if we surrender to Krishna, karma finished, wiped out, and we go back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Any other questions?
Can you explain, give your life for Krishna?
Give your life for Krishna. How to give your life for Krishna? You follow the process of Bhakti Yoga. When you take up the process of Bhakti Yoga, you give your life for Krishna. That means you take initiation, you follow the 4 regulative principles, you chant 16 rounds. That's how you give your life for Krishna. That's how you give your life. And then some people may not fully do service, but still if they take shelter of the spiritual master and try their best, and that is giving your life for Krishna. Of course, in another sense, sannyas is giving your life. But everybody, Prabhupada accepted even the grihastas as like on the level of sannyasis, if they were preaching and sacrificing everything. He said, like one sannyasi, it was Bhakti Charu Maharaj. He said to Bhakti Charu Maharaj, you have spent billions of lives in sense gratification, so just give this one life for Krishna. And if you like, you can spend billions more lives in sense gratification. So in that case, he was asking him to take sannyas, give this life for Krishna. But we can, it's according to our surrender, then Krishna will reciprocate. Ye yata mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamiham. As they surrender to me, I reward them accordingly, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So give your life means chant Hare Krishna, serve the Vaishnavas, and eat prasadam. Follow 4 principles, chant Hare Krishna, 16 rounds. So this is, follow the basic things, that's giving your life. It's not easy to follow the 4 principles for some people. Not easy. If you do that in this Kali Yuga, then you're pious. If you just follow the 4 principles in Kali Yuga, you're considered in the category of pious people, pious living entities. You're not doing these 4 sinful things. Okay, any other questions? Yes. He has a question. I don't know if I can hear you. I'm deaf in one ear, so.
Even though philosophically we know that somehow or other still seems to be some enjoying spirit. And even though we may not even be following the regular principles externally, internally we're still an enjoying spirit.
Right.
Why is that, and how can we?
Why is there? We may be following the 4 good principles, but still there's an enjoying spirit. Yeah, because we still have our false ego. As long as we have the false ego, and we're going to want to enjoy. Enjoying spirit is there. So one time, Bhagavat Maharaj asked Srila Prabhupada, I feel like I'm engaging in service, I'm getting a certain amount of happiness, but I still feel like the modes are affecting me. He asked Prabhupada that question. So Prabhupada said, well, it's just like you're being on a boat. You're on a boat, and the boat is the transcendental platform. But sometimes the waves may come and knock you down. Now, that's the modes of material nature. But as long as you stay on the boat, then you'll reach the destination. Don't jump off the boat thinking, oh, it's not working for me. So sometimes the modes will come, they will knock us. But as long as we follow the process and keep on trying, then the day will come when we And you can see, you can also check yourself if you're better, how it was before you became a devotee. Were you having more enjoying spirit, or less, or how is it? And were you able to give up certain things when you became a devotee? So, yeah, we have to always be introspective and see. There's things you can do also. His Holiness Sachidananda Swami says there's 3 things you can do to improve your bhakti. The first thing is to improve your sadhana. It means chant more attentively, read more. And the second thing you can do is to pray for bhakti with taste. So, because we often do things mechanically, and that's why we don't feel ecstasy. We don't cry for Krishna. So, second thing is to pray for bhakti with taste. Third thing is take a risk for Krishna. Take a risk for Krishna, because we may be following spiritual life in a very comfortable way. Everything's very nice. We're in the mode of goodness, kind of enjoying spiritual life. It's okay to enjoy chanting. That's all right. Enjoy prasadam. That's good. I mean, there has to be some enjoyment in spiritual life. We enjoy prasad instead of meat. We enjoy association of devotees rather than association of non-devotees, materialistic people. So you have to find that enjoyment also. But it's really important to get taste for the holy name, pray for that. And yeah, take a risk sometimes, do something out of the ordinary, like distribute a book to someone or preach to someone. There's a lot of people coming to the temple here in Vrindavan from foreign countries. And a lot of Indians speak English too. So we can just talk to somebody about Krishna. Just something different to do. I'm not saying go on traveling, sing kirtan, that's too much. But yeah, take a risk. Or get up early and chant more rounds. So yeah, there's things we can do. And if you're troubled by lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, envy, then the Manashiksha advises that you pray to the pure devotees for help. I'm being attacked. Please help me. Please help me. Any other questions? Jai, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.